learn by doing, and then when we get it, we're like, oh, okay, well, I won't do that again, and then we
Right.
keep improving. So it's totally okay. It's just part of the process.
She says that until she turns big and grins and says, "Don't make me angry."
This week, we asked the cast about their negotiating experience.
I have never negotiated before this Docuseries, and before I got offered this position that was 8 hours away. Just being able to learn all the negotiation tactics and be able to apply on the job offer that I got, it was kind of intimidating, but I felt more prepared for it.
I want to say no, but I think the truth is yes. And I think the truth is that I've negotiated a lot.
I don't think I've ever negotiated before, ever. Because I'm one of those people that gets, just accepts what is given and doesn't negotiate. So no, I have not negotiated before. I feel like the hardest thing for me to negotiate would be money and salary, 100%. When people tell me this is what you're gonna make or this is how much it is, I'm just like, okay. Even if I want to ask for something more, I just won't do it.
It's got to be the money, because the money is the bottom line.
Right off the top of my head, it's money. Oh God, I have to actually ask somebody for money and it doesn't feel right. And
Salary and relocation assistance, right?
The cast describes how knowing their worth can change their actions.
Well, I think knowing what you want and sticking to it shouldn't change your actions at all anyway. You gotta go in with an idea. If they do push you around and they expect you to negotiate a little bit just to see where you are, stick to it. If they're not willing to give you what you think you deserve, it's probably not the right company for you to begin with.
Knowing my worth allows me to not accept certain things that I know that are beneath me. I say that that's the truth. If I know my worth, I know that I shouldn't accept things that are beneath me. But does that mean that I always do that? No, not at all.
You won't settle for anything less. Just like a relationship, right? And that's how we're viewing these companies. You don't want to settle for the first thing out there. You want to know your options, and you want to leverage your options and different things like that that would best fit your needs and wants and desires.
don't be weird about it. It's money. It's a conversation everybody has to have. Just do it and be professional about it. Know your rate, have your contract, and be this is just how it is.
Taylor explains how her last week went.
Last week hasn't been so hot for me, just because, like I mentioned, I've been kind of down and kind of mentally overwhelmed and overloaded, just because of getting acclimated to new things I have to juggle now and be responsible for. But again, everything's fine now. I feel refreshed and revitalized, and I'm seriously wanting to get the ball rolling, to have some job offers. That's the goal.
You had a meeting,
Yes.
and it went really well.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everybody, how many interviews have you lined up? So Marley, every week it's going to be how many interviews?
0.
Okay. All right. We got to ratchet those up.
Yes, I know.
Gotta ratchet those up. We got to turn on the faucet. We have to have a flood,
Yeah.
not a trickle.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what about you?
I've already conducted about I think 6 or 7 meetings, and I do have either 1 or 2 more interviews set up, but they're not going to be till the middle of June.
How many interviews do we have set up, or even meetings in the next week?
No interviews, job interviews, but I just had my first meeting with somebody at Lucasfilm today, a woman down in LA. And then I had the woman at Netflix missed our 3rd meeting.
Oh my gosh.
she said like, "Oh, I suck," blah blah blah. She said, do you have any free time today? And I said, well, I'm free after 2, so I may or may not meet with her today. Who knows? It's
Wow.
So same as you, Ryan, 0 job interviews. However, there has been like some people reaching out to me, but not in the industry that I would be interested in. Just people just reaching out to me about like sales, insurance, things like that.
Yeah.
The cast learns the must-haves for a good negotiation.
But
Yeah.
let's kind of review what to do when you handle a job offer.
Okay.
The job offer, Marley, Jeremy, should always be live.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're doing it in writing, you're failing yourself.
Yes, that is true. Now, you might get something in writing first. So you might get an email where they say, we're formally offering you this job and here's all the info. I think, Taylor, in your case, they emailed you the offer.
Well, the recruiter, she called me and said that they want to offer me the position, and then she emailed the offer.
Okay. So she told you about it, then she emailed, and negotiating always has to happen with a human being.
Right.
So don't do this in writing, back and forth with an email here or instant messaging or anything like that. You want to actually meet with the person. When you get the offer, it's like, oh my gosh, I love my offer. Thank you so much. Super excited. Really glad that you were able to meet me. I just want to make sure that I have all this correct. Get the offer, state the offer, and now you start negotiating.
Next, the cast practices their negotiating skills.
I will be the accommodating negotiator with you right now, Marley. So let's go ahead and do that. So Marley, super excited about you, Marley. We want to offer you the job. We want to give you $100,000 a year to start. Hey, if it only takes you 20 hours a week, what do we care? We're going to give you $100,000. We're going to give you 1 week paid vacation, 1 week sick. You will get full medical and dental and vision care. And you can work from home 1 day a week.
Okay.
So that is our offer. What are your thoughts?
Well, again, thank you so much for offering me the position. I am just so excited to work for this organization. This is amazing. I do have one question for you. Is this your final offer?
Okay, no. So don't say, is this your final offer?
Okay.
Is that the best you can do?
Is that the best you can do?
Excited. I'm just wondering one thing.
Okay.
Is that the best you can do?
You're gonna want to read that back first, though, and make sure that you got it down in detail, so that they can say yes, that is what we just offered.
Exactly.
Because they could even say, oh well, we missed something, boom, and add something else on. Because
That's right.
Not heard
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
might go, oh my gosh, I forgot. We're going to also give you, we're also going to pay for your transportation.
And then, I mean, at what point would I say that was good enough? I mean, would that meet my number, or would I come back with like, well, I'm really kind of hoping for 130 a year?
So again, we're negotiating and we're going back and forth, and I just told you what I can do, and you're going to say, oh, thank you so much. That's really meaningful to me. I was also wondering, and then here you insert the next thing that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to keep giving you stuff, and you keep asking until the true negotiator shows up.
That sounds great. I was wondering if you are able to negotiate any of the paid sick time and paid vacation.
Okay,
Wow.
so this is good. I love the way you're thinking, Marley. So instead of asking for permission to negotiate, just negotiate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just negotiate.
Just negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
And now, this is me, same person, but now I'm turning into the negotiator because I've given you a lot of stuff and you keep asking.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, well, Ryan, I mean, we gave you another $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
we're giving you the apartment, we're giving you all this stuff. What more do you want?
Mhm.
And you will see them change in front of your eyes.
Mhm.
It will go from smiles to much more serious. Sometimes they'll actually even act a little incensed or mad.
Mhm.
And that's okay. That's okay. That's a tactic. Keep your cool and calm, like you're so zen, Ryan. So you just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's something that I would definitely have to practice doing, because I feel like if I got an offer that good, I would probably just accept it on the spot. I feel like the wise thing would be to like give it some space. So you think always do that?
Always do that. I think what I'm trying to really teach everybody is don't be focused on one job offer. Be focused on 2, 3, 4 job offers, which is why I really encourage you all to get out and turn on the faucet. Get multiple things going. Get so many things going that you're like, oh my gosh, I am so friggin' busy.
Yeah.
These meetings and interviews and job offers, I can barely keep them straight.
Yeah.
Let that be the problem.
Marley and Ryan discuss accepting an offer during an interview.
I would not accept at this moment. If I was offered a job at the interview, I would need to go over all of the benefits, the salary and everything to make sure it's what I wanted, and or if I need to negotiate as well.
It's really difficult because I can sit here and tell you right now that I would not accept it, because I would, want to do the right thing. The way SJ put it was because you don't know if another offer is going to come in. You might want time to like reread the contract, make sure it's all like right. Not having a job, and if an interview went like extremely well, I would be very tempted to just say, yeah, where do I sign?
The cast reflects on how their negotiation strategy has evolved.
Based on this week, I do feel more prepared. I do feel that my negotiation skills have taken tons of steps up. Really, I do. I think I believe it's for the better. I know to know my value, my worth, and to be firm in what I want, and to have an easygoing attitude. I don't have to, look mean or anything, and just keep asking for what I want, because the worst they can do is just say no. I mean, you don't know if you don't ask.
In short, what I learned about negotiation, just to like put as many like kind of steps and distance between the actual agreement. It's important to ask, but I learned from SJ that the ask kind of crucial, because it shows the employer that you're able to kind of advocate for yourself. And what that says to them is that if they hire you, you will do that for them. And that's key.
So this week I was already pretty well prepared for, but getting to this and getting actually landing the interview is where I needed more help in the networking aspects, etc. As soon as I get into an interview, most aspects I had covered in the past.
My negotiation strategy is totally different than before, because before I would never negotiate at all. But now I understand the benefits of negotiation and why I need to do that in every area. So this time, when the time comes, I will negotiate no matter what, to try and receive the most benefits from the job.
The big thing that I learned there was to always make the ask, to always negotiate for yourself. Because how did I put it to her? I said, well, what if they make me an offer and I love it? And I'm like, that's great, I'm gonna take that. Like, where do I sign? And she was like, well, because that sends the wrong message. That says that you won't negotiate, and that says to them that you won't negotiate on their behalf. So that was kind of eye-opening for me. I had never really put myself in an employer's shoes like that.
It's always important to know the salary range prior to going into a negotiation phase.
Sometimes we have to go back to move forward, but that's okay because sometimes that's how life is, right? But you just keep moving forward.
I feel like just everything about negotiation, how to negotiate and to make sure that whenever I am negotiating, not asking them can I, or asking them permission, just basically being more assertive in what I